So in this video, I'm going to explain how I was able to take this trade on Euro USD. So this is Euro USD. I'm going to give you a breakdown on how I was able to take this trade. Please remember to subscribe, remember to like, and remember to share this video. So like I said, the first thing that I do whenever I open my chart is to know the direction of the market. So once I identify the direction of the market, then my trading becomes easier. I know some of you, your challenge is not even strategy. Like you don't even know the direction of the market. You are trading at the wrong side of the direction of the market direction. So it's very, very important that you know the direction of the market. Once you identify the direction of the market, everything else becomes very, very easy for you. Everything becomes easier. So the first thing for you to do whenever you open your chart is to know the direction of the market and ask yourself, am I trading in line with the direction of the market? Because if your point of interest is correct, your inducement is correct, your market structure is correct, and you are trading in the wrong side of the market, definitely the market is going to kick you out. So sometimes you may get lucky and then the trade will play out, but most time the trade is going to kick you out. So this Euro USD, this was a setup. This was a trade. Though this is when it started playing. I mistakenly deleted it from my device. So this is the trade here. This is a trade here. I think on Meta 5, my SL was very tiny because I know that is where market is going to retrace. Alright. So this is a trade, and this is my WhatsApp platform. I shared it with my student. So this is 1:17 on Meta 5, but on TradingView this 1:5 point, because this is how, if you are trading a strategy for now, this is how you should keep your stop loss. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step breakdown on how I was able to take this trade. So like I said, the first thing I do is to identify the direction of the market. Once I identify the direction of the market, everything else becomes easier. So I'll go to my daily time frame. Any time frame that you see a setup, that is a time frame that you are going to take your trade. So be very, very observant of where you see your setup. All right. So now on the daily time frame, I want to now I want to identify the direction of the market now. Now you can see market came to this POI here. Market fall to this POI here, and then it started reversing. When it was reversing, it was creating a series of, market structure is very important. It was creating a series of higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs. So I already know that, okay, market is in a downtrend. Market is in a downtrend. So what do? I go to, the market is already reversing and it's in a downtrend. So I go to my lower time frame. 4 hours is still a higher time frame though. So on 4 hours time frame, it's very clear that market is in a downtrend because the reversal happened here. The trend reversal happened here. Market gave market structureship and everything, and then it started selling down. So as it's selling down, what I should be looking at for is a double break of structure, right? So you can either go to your 1 hour phase and check if you see the strategy that you trade. You can go to your 1 hour and make your analysis. Now, in a scenario where you have a breaker block and an order block, if you have an order block in your setup, what you should make use of is your order block as your point of interest. Remember, we make You make use of 2 point of interest in trading this strategy. You make use of 2 point of interest, the order block and the breaker block. Now if you observe now, price took out this zone on a 1 hour time frame. It took out this zone, and then I think, yeah, it took out this zone again. This one is existing on its own, and then it took out this zone, giving us a double break of structure, because we already know, when you have already identified the direction of the market, if market have give you a reversal concept, which is a market structure shift, and it's trending to the downside for a sell, what you should be looking at for is just a double break of structure or multiple break of structure. When you have your multiple break of structure or your double break of structure, then it's very easier now. Then you look for your inducement. Now market is trending down, taking out this zone. You can see this bearish candle, it take out this zone, it take out this zone, and then this zone. A double break of structure is when market take out two key zone or two levels in the market, or when market take out multiple break of structure. When market take out multiple break of structure, it give us more courage or more certainty that okay, that order is going to hold, your POI is going to hold. So when market take out this zone here, it took out this zone and then took out this zone again, created an inducement. This pullback here, this pullback here. So market gave us inducement here. Market pull to this zone. Alright. This is where our inducement is. Now, I will not just stop on 1 hour time frame. I have to switch between time frame to know the perfect entry for this trade. So now on the 1 hour time frame, I've already seen what is happening. Market break this, give me a multiple break of structure and give me an inducement. So the inducement mitigated this zone, and then does not mitigate this zone, and this breaker here, and this other block here was not mitigated. So I have to go to 2 hours, because if there is other block in my 2 hours time frame, I would rather go with the other block. So on the 2 hour time frame, market took out this, market gave us a double break of structure or still multiple break of structure. When you take out this zone here, and then this zone here, and this zone, gave us an inducement and mitigated this zone. Now on a 2 hours time frame, you can see that this zone exists as one, because this is a zone that it took out, the last zone, and this, the body of this last zone, is inclusive with this. So you can say this zone entirely has been mitigated. This zone entirely has been mitigated. So now if you are looking for a tight stop loss, this is what you should do. Else you are going to, your stop loss is going to be very large. So you look for zones that have been mitigated, and then go with the one that have not been mitigated. Now on a 3 hours time frame, let me delete this. So this is a 3 hours time frame. On a 3 hour time frame, you can see this is market took out this zone here, and then took out this zone as well, giving us what, a market double break of structure. Market took out this zone, and gave us a double break of structure, and then this is our inducement. So the last time frame that I'm going to make use of is 4 hour, because remember, we make use of 2 point of interest, order block and a breaker block. So if I see order block on any of those time frame, I'll go with the order block. But if there is no other block, I'm going to make use of the breaker block. Alright, so on a 4 hour time frame, this is what happened. Market took out this zone, because I'm looking at how I can have a tight stop loss. Market took out this zone here, this zone here, and then this zone gave me an inducement. So now the inducement, this is the inducement from here. So the inducement, as it was having this pullback, it mitigated this zone. It touched this is my point of interest. So now let's go. If according to the rules in picking a proper point of interest, remember when market touch that zone has already been mitigated. But in case of another block, you don't make use of the rules in picking a proper point of interest. Whenever you have a double break of structure or a market structure shift, just look up or down, depending whether it is a buy or a sell. For a sell, just look up. If you see another block, just pick your entry from the other block. That is all. You don't even need to stress yourself. Just pick your entry from the other block. For example, now let me simplify this. So now market gave us a double break of structure to the downside. Market took out this zone and then took out this zone. Then I will now look up. Is there another block? Yes, there's another block. So I will mark my other block. This is my other block. So I will just mark it this way. And then this is a trade. This space here is just for spread, because sometimes market can be manipulated. So this is for spread. And then I took my sell here. Now if you observe very well, my TP is supposed to be somewhere like this, all right, because of this last low. But I have to know that I have to check, because if you observe now, using trendline liquidity to take your profit, if you observe this zone here, you will discover that there is a trendline liquidity here that have not been cleared. Market is selling to make sure that it take out this low here. This is where market is selling to make sure that it take out that low. Now, or you can go to your daily time frame and check. So on the daily time frame, this is what is happening. Market is selling to take out this zone. You can see there's a trendline liquidity from this side here. There's a trendline liquidity. So market is selling to clear that trendline liquidity. Let's check it on the 4-hour time frame. You can see there's a trendline liquidity. So market was selling to clear this trendline liquidity. So I already knew what is going to happen. That is why I have to extend my TP down to this level here. Alright, and that is how markets sold and gave me my TP. Alright, let me start from the beginning and explain this again. Let me just do a quick recap. So like I said, the first thing to do is to know the direction of the market. So how do you do that? Go to your daily time frame. You can go to your weekly as well, maybe depending on what you want. Sometimes I even go to my monthly time frame as well. So on the weekly time frame, you can see what is happening. Market tap this zone. Market tap this other block here. As market tap this other block here, is selling, and the way I'm seeing is going to be a very long sell on Euro USD from what I'm seeing, because I believe market is selling. Market will sell all the way to this zone. Possibly market is going to sell to this zone, or even take out this zone here, because on the weekly time frame, this is what is happening. Market have a double break of structure when it took out this zone, and then took out this zone as well. So after that, he gave us an inducement. After the inducement came and triggered this point of interest. And he buy. So after the buy, you remember market was in an uptrend, creating a series of higher high, higher low, 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 and then market took out this zone here, gave us an inducement, and then triggered this point of interest. So we're selling down. Euro USD is bearish. So we are on bearish trend. So that is how you make your analysis. The same analysis that you carry out on your lower time frame is the same analysis that you carry out on your higher time frame. Alright. So back to what I was saying. So I already knew what is happening. Market is in a downtrend on a weekly time frame. It has shown me that the direction of the market has changed. So on a daily time frame as well, this is a weekly time frame POI that gave me an insight that the market is in a downtrend. So on a daily time frame, I mark out this zone again. Discover that market came and triggered this POI here, and then started reversing. As it's reversing, okay, what I need to do is to go to my lower time frame. Remember, you can spot out your directional bias on daily time frame or 4-hour time frame, and as well you can use 4-hour time frame to execute your trade depending on where your order is cleared and where your setup is fully formed. All right, so since I took this trade on 4-hour time frame, let me show you how I was able to take this trade on 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see market was trending down. It took out this zone here, and then this zone. So it gave me an inducement. An inducement is a first value pullback after a double break of structure. A first value pullback. That means after you have gotten your double break of structure, the pullback that you are going to have, the pullback that you are going to have, it can either be a single candle or a multiple candle. But in this scenario, it's a single candle that pull back. And for your inducement to be valid, I said for your inducement to be valid, it has to pull back and then close below the candle that causes the double break of structure. It has to pull back and close below it, or close at this exact point. But this gave us a very beautiful valid pullback, which is our inducement. So we mark this place as our inducement. So remember, we make use of 2 points of interest, a breaker block and an order block. So in this scenario, I observe that there is another block here. So what do? I just mark my order block. It's as simple as this. Mark my order block. You can go and back test. You will see all this thing on the chart. It's very simple and straightforward. Mark my order block and then short. And this trade was shared with my student. So if you have not joined my WhatsApp group and you wish to join, you can contact me on WhatsApp. To join my group. My number is +234 090 7073 0909 or +234 090 6170 1810, or you can check the description of this video. You will see my contact there. So So what I did was to take your profit. To take your profit is also very important. I use trendline liquidity to take my profit, because as market is trending up and it was creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. There is a liquidity that have been accumulated on this downside. So I know that as market is selling, it's going to sell until take out this trend line here, this trend line liquidity. So that is why I target that zone to take my profit. So remember, I offer mentorship program, and if you're interested in my mentorship program, there are some things that you might not get on this video or on the videos that I've been posting. And there are some questions that have piled up in your mind that you wish to ask. So you can join us in my community, my training community. We are like family. So I offer personal mentorship and I offer general mentorship. You can contact me on my WhatsApp platform or my Gmail. So this will be the end of this video. Thank you guys.